look inside the Smart Araneta Coliseum. We're right in the middle of this game between the defending champions Ateneo de Manila University over the National University Bulldogs, a 15-point lead, 33-18. And again, the number to look at, 10 turnovers, only 7 field goals made by National University.
Right, 3 field goals in the first 10 minutes, 4 more in the second quarter. You talked about the 10 turnovers para sa National University, and that's the reason why Ateneo was plus 11 in terms of possession count, and that is also one primary reason why they were able to go into their transition game. And as a result, they are 15 points ahead of NU getting into the third quarter.
For those who just tuned in and missed out on what we talked about, 16 players already used, 14 in the first quarter by Coach Jamaic Harin. And then in that second quarter, it was really the defensive stance that Ateneo put that broke this game wide open.
That's correct. It's all about making the defensive stops. It's all about making sure that you contain your defensive coverages. Even the second unit battle was won by Ateneo. Kaya kumawala ang Blue Eagles sa second quarter. At nung nagbalik naman yung first unit laban sa starters ng kalaban, na naig din sila 30 Ravenna dahil kinayod ni 30 in overpower ni Angelo Kwame, and the rest of the second unit players of Ateneo made sure that they stay ahead. It was all about the defensive mindset and the defensive effort thrown by Ateneo against the rest of the National University Bulldogs.
Now, the next stat we're going to look at is leading scorers. For National University, it's probably just scorers because that's been the problem. Enzo Hoson, David Defonso, JLC, maaga pa yun, ha? After that.
Yan. Enzo Hoson lang yung tumatama, 5 points in the first 10 minutes, 4 points in the second quarter. But David Defonso has only been allowed by Ateneo 2 points in the first quarter and 2 points in the second quarter. On the flip side, Third Ravenna slowly taking over this contest, and that's the reason why Ateneo up by 15 laban sa National University Bulldog.
You know, Coach Ronnie, where I wouldn't want to be right now? Inside the dugout. Inside the dugout of National University after that first half showing, but somebody has to be in there from our side, and it is Miguel De Pianco who is in there. Dip, tell us all about that halftime conversation.
Yes, Boom and Coach Ronnie. Aside from Enzo Hoson, there's really nothing else going for the NU Bulldogs. And inside the dugout, Coach Jamaic asked everyone, why is everyone being so selfish? And sinagot niya ito by saying na nagkakanya-kanya sila, and the 3 assists in the first half speaks for this. Sinabi niya that their offense is so predictable that whoever has the ball will just take the jump shot. That's why in the second half, he wants the boys to not look for the good shot, but for the best possible shot. He wants the boys to move around the ball and play the selfless way of basketball. Balik sa inyo, Boom and Coach Ronnie. 3
assists, and sometimes that can be misleading. They've been, some of the sequences, Coach Ronnie, they've been making the pass. It's just that they have not been making the baskets, which will not end up as an assist, obviously.
Yung making the pass kanina pa, inuulit-ulit ni Coach Jamaican sa mga timeouts niya. They were making the early passes in the first part of the first quarter, and then eventually they started attacking by themselves, not issuing the draft passes, and that's the reason why binilang ko out of the 32 shots that they took, ilan lamang yung uncontested, the rest were contested, and that's the reason why their numbers are down when we talk about their field goal shooting accuracy.
Now, the job is not done, of course, for the defending champions, even if they're ahead by 15 points. Let's check in with Franny Reyes, who will give us a halftime report from the other side of the fence. Franny, go ahead.
Yes, the Blue Eagles are in the lead after the first half. This can be attributed to the rebounding and impressive defense. The boys were able to limit the Bulldogs to just 9 points per quarter. But in Coach Tab fashion, this is not enough. According to Coach Yuri Escueta, they have to play with that killer instinct that Coach Tab is always talking about. They have to outdo the standard that they set in the first half. No game is won halfway through, and a lot can happen in the next 20 minutes. Boom and Coach Ronnie.
Yeah, that's right, Franny. And I think we've been around long enough to see, you know, some turnarounds that have changed the courses of games.
And we talk about the low percentages. Sometimes sobrang baba sa unang dalawang quarters.
Correct.
Kahit paano naman tatama sa third, but it has to be a better shot selection para dito sa end.